don't get me wrong.
Man
Tonight's
to
show
Man
is not going to
Radio.
be just a woman bashing show. But it's not going to just be a woman bashing show.
You ain't got to lie, Craig. You ain't got to lie.
Welcome to Man Radio with Richard Hall and Chris Smith, where the focus is raw, uncut conversation about love, life, and family, and a little bit more. Your comments are welcomed. Man Radio. Let's get this show started.
You busted. Saw on your grill.
Man to Man Radio.
Man to Man TV. How are y'all doing, everybody? This is the third week of them being on hiatus. You're hanging out with us. We're the Truf Brothers. I'm Ray.
And I'm Devon.
We are the Truf Brothers. And we'll be filling in for our Man to Man TV for 2 more weeks. And then you get to have the Suave Brothers back. Till then, you're stuck with us. We got a great show lined up for you. We're going to be talking about masculinity. Is masculinity dead? What does masculinity mean to women today? And really getting into try to get a good definition on what is toxic masculinity. So it's going to be a lot of testosterone going around tonight, and we want to hear from you guys.
Yeah, I would definitely say we tend to throw a lot of testosterone into what we do because we're men.
Exactly.
And I would just tell everybody, a lot of women, man, please just come in, give us your point of view. Let us know what you think. It's going to make this conversation go a lot easier because I know the way we're planning on moving this conversation, a lot of ladies will feel a particular type of way. But the one thing you got to realize is there may be questions that a lot of ladies that we may answer today because we're gonna do what we do, and that's tell the flat out truth. And we ain't told nothing. We're going to tell you exactly how it is. And anybody who sat down with us and was able to talk to us can tell you that that's the one thing we're going to do is tell you exactly what it is.
And it's all about the dialogue. So, yeah, we're going to do a lot of stuff out there. We want to provoke a good conversation. We want a good back and forth. And we want to hear from you guys out there with all of your comments. So, Absolutely. How you doing this week, man?
Man, it's been a cool week. Just tough. Just long week though. Just exhausting.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah,
just exhausting. What about you, man? How's everything?
My week is flying by. Thursdays come by very quickly now, and that's good because then it's just one more day to the weekend. So I've been enjoying this time. This thing has been absolutely fun and great. Thanks again to Richard and Chris for allowing us to come into you guys' homes and hang out with you guys for a while. And we really appreciate, the trust of letting us hang out with you guys for them.
Yeah. And also still got to thank Tony too for even having us come through. So yeah, we appreciate it. All right, man. We done tiptoed and danced around this joint far too long. We gotta get out the kiddie pool and jump in the deep end. So masculinity. Let's just start. Or manhood. What does it mean to women today? Now the reason I'm gonna say is that's a tough question for a man to answer because I can't say what it means to a woman today. But what I can say is what I'm seeing it represent for men today. And what I'm seeing, I'm not happy with. I don't like the way that some men take what they think it to be a man and present it to a woman, and they get to dictate what it is and what it ain't. So for that reason, I'm having a problem with what manhood can be because I was told or brought up under the umbrella of this is how a man walks, this is how a man talks, this is how a man acts, because I was raised by a quote unquote alpha male. And I'm not saying that to quote unquote, I'm just using that as a term for those who don't know. So by me saying Oh, and I thought there was something loose. That must be the Truf Brothers mascot right there.
That's what it is.
But for me to sit back and say that I know exactly what it takes, to be a man. I mean, it's different opinions for different people, especially when it comes to men. Men take manhood at different stages, because some men will say, "Hey, man, I'm out here doing X, Y, and Z, getting that money in a certain type of way." You get what I'm saying? And that will constitute as being a man. You got a guy who will be out here and say, "Yo, man, I'm smashing 93 chicks. I'm enjoying life." That would be a way of considered a man. So I think the actual definition of manhood, true manhood, is black and white, but the lines become blurred once you jump outside of that.
Okay, well, I'm from the old school a little bit, and like you, I was raised by an alpha male. I really want to go out on a limb and say that I was raised by two alpha males, because my dad was definitely an alpha male, but the only person I've ever seen my dad take a pause to was my grandfather, and my grandfather was definitely a man's man. Hey, hello, thank you, and thanks for joining us. For me, being a man means to be able to profess, protect, and provide. I take care of myself. I take care of my own. I take care of my family. And whether you've been with me, or even if you're not with me, if you still fall under my veil of protection, I look out for you. I believe that's what a man do, because that's what I saw men do. The men I seen did not walk around with their pants hanging off their heads. The men that I seen also did not profess to pimp culture. Not at all. So that whole pimp thing, or how many women you could smash, that's not what I saw coming up. But I did see, and I was taught, that a man should always want to be pleasing, and hopefully you attract women. I think that's one of the main things that's missing out of manhood today, because I think that they have taken out the whole attract women thing out of the way, and it's a society now of anything goes, and I can't necessarily get with that. I'm not saying that a gay dude isn't a man. I would never say that. I would never disrespect a homosexual by talking about he ain't a man. That's wrong. Right. There's plenty of dudes who are attracted to other men who are men. I'm not saying that. But what I am saying, this whole thing of, if I want to approach a woman, or if I want to holler at a woman, it could be seen as toxic. I have a problem with the term toxic masculinity, because I think it gets thrown around way too loosely. I believe that if you sit there and you stand strong and you be a leader, that they consider that as being toxic. If you were a take charge type dude, they consider that as being toxic. And that whole thing of like that dude who show up at the Oscars dressed in suits that turns into dresses, that's not masculine. You can't sell me on that. I don't buy that.
I can't remember dude's name, because he came out with
I
a new
forget
line.
the dude's name, but
quarantine.
I mean, if you choose to want to be that feminine, if you choose to want to be that shaky, that's your choice. I'm not knocking the dude. Do you? But don't sell me that that's manhood, because it's not. Real quick,
what's up, Sosa and Jory? I think y'all got an echo.
Cool. Throw your comments in there, people.
Real quick, let me ask you a question before we get a little bit further into this too, because I know we got a lot of Billy something. Yeah, Tony was saying, I know it's Billy something, Tony. I'm sorry. But real quick, my question to you is, let me ask you this. Do you believe that the Me Too movement has something to do with the destruction of manhood?
I believe that the Me Too movement,
I propose to everybody else listening too.
Good. I believe that the Me Too movement is one of the leading groups that's out to destroy the concept of manhood. And I don't mean toxic masculinity. I do not mean dudes who get drunk at a party and date rape a girl. That's garbage. Those are bums. Not advocating for that. What's up, Billy Porter? Yeah. Thank you, Jacqueline. But not taking up for that. I would never condone such a thing. I would never condone a bunch of dudes running around attacking gay people. Would never.
Not to cut you off, bro. I'm gonna let you make your statement. Hold that thought real quick. I just want to say something real quick. The fact that we can't correlate a person date raping or beating up people with manhood anyway, because that's not, those two are two totally separate things. The fact that you have people that will say that will even look at those two things being equal is a problem. I just wanted to say that out loud so people would know. But go ahead, bro. Agreed.
I believe that a dude is supposed to be force and power. I believe that a man is supposed to lead. That don't mean a man is a leader every time he steps out. A dude knows when to step up and take command. A good leader is also an excellent follower. So that don't mean just because I join an organization, I'm going to just go and take over and be the leader. No, but I also like to run with a bunch of strong dudes. And again, strong men attract other strong men, and real dudes like to move with dudes of like-minded sense. So when it comes to like a woman, but I believe that for women, every time I go out, if me and you are hanging out, and if a woman calls and wants to hang out, I'm pretty much going to be like, I'll see you guys later. I would much rather be in the company of a woman than a whole bunch of hard legs. That don't mean I'm going to ditch you every time. I mean, if we got something important to do, or we haven't hung out in ages, that's guy time. But that whole, what they call it, bros before hoes, real men don't subscribe to that.
True.
Real men don't subscribe to that.
If we hanging out and somebody calls for you, bro, I'm like, hey man, what you doing here?
Exactly.
Like real dudes gonna tell you, I'm going to tell you to do what I would do. That's like, hey man, I'll be like, hey, we got to go. I'll holler at you later. But the problem I'm having is more of what masculinity has turned into, because the wrong people are dictating the rules. That's the problem.
The wrong people.
The wrong people would be, okay, this is going to sound a lot more messed up than it actually is, but I need people to bear with me for a second. The wrong people are the ones who look at the overly dramatic, quote unquote, flaming homosexuals and saying, see this, and they don't scare us as much. Why can't you be like him?
Right.
Like, that's a problem. The other one is the overly strong-minded, independent woman that has not had a male figure in her life to tell you what a man actually is. That's the second.
Okay. I want to ask the audience this, and I really want to hear from some of you ladies to chime in. We was just talking about Billy Porter, and nothing against the brother, but the outfits that he wears and the stuff that he does on the red carpet, why does that appeal to women so much? Why does that turn you on? Because I don't know why it's kind of like appreciated to see a dude act like a woman. To me, it seems like that would be offensive, because that's like a carbon copy. Like a real butch chick don't do it. Like, I don't look at her and say, oh my God, you know what? That is so cool. You grew a beard. Like, no, that don't work for me. I'm not saying that she can't do it. You are free to do whatever you like. But I'm saying for me, I don't want to look at that. Oh, that's great. No, that's like, don't try to be an imitation of me. Let me be me, because I want you to be you.
Well, I got two things real quick. One, Tony says because some women like his fashions, and I can understand that, but that means that it's absolutely,
and they are great for you guys.
Right, that's
great for you guys. A tuxedo turning into a dress is not. That's not good for a dude. That's not good. That's not good at all.
And secondly, when I say that women that has not had a father, what I mean by father, I mean male figure. I mean someone who can show you how a real man is supposed to treat you, and that you know how to treat a real man. Just like a guy, we need a woman to show us. Sometimes we could be too masculine, and we won't know how to dial it back a bit when it comes to being with a woman. So when I say that a woman has not had a father figure, I mean a father in the house, I don't mean that. Can I say that a woman not have a father in the house still can show? Yes, because there can be a male figure. It could be a guy that you know. It could be an uncle, a grandfather. It could be just a real, it could be a friend. That's just a real man and can show you, nah, dudes ain't supposed to do that to you. That's
exactly.
what I mean.
Exactly. I believe real men set a high bar. If I take you out, or if I'm interested in you, to me, it's my job. I'm trying to set a bar so high that other dudes have trouble matching it. That distinguishes me from everybody else. Like old school versions of men, Cary Grant, Denzel to a certain extent.
Okay, I was about to say, how far back you going? 50s and all that?
I'm just saying to a certain extent. One thing about one used to be a perfect example of an actual dude was like James Bond. Now James Bond gets criticized not because James Bond would hit everything that moved in the movies. You know, he never gets turned down. He smashes everything. All that aside, James Bond is intelligent. James Bond is suave. James Bond knows how to move in different places, and James Bond has a calm demeanor, but he's always in control. And I think those are good representations of what men should do. If a fire break out, I don't want to see a dude stand there screaming and panicking, talking about, "Oh my God, it's a fire! It's a fire! What do we do?" I want a dude to say, "Hey, okay, everybody, keep calm. This is what we're gonna do." Now, don't mean a woman can't do that. A woman is more than capable of doing that. But I don't like to see. I just think I don't like to see dudes. Dudes shouldn't panic. Man, I wouldn't raise my son to want to panic in certain high pressure situations.
Yeah, you don't want to come to have your son call you and say, "Hey, Dad, hey, so I'm gonna read your comment in 1 second too." But you don't want to have a dude, your son call you like, "Hey, Dad, it was a mouse in the house, and me and her are on the table. Can you come over here and get it?"
Exactly.
Yeah. So,
like,
no, go ahead. I can read.
No, I was gonna say, go ahead and read Sosa's comment, because that was important.
Sosa said, "Forget the PC. Masculine men are being seen as a threat to the feminist movement and the current changing of the guard with more strong women taking over. It is what it is. Is what it is. Okay, but I agree with what he's saying, and like I think me and you were talking the other day, and we said I think you had mentioned something about, yo man, I'm seeing a change in this curve because you're seeing a lot more women like just really stepping up the game and showing like how you be cool with your flaws. Like it's becoming to a point where they're approaching dudes and saying, well, "Hey, how you doing?" Like, you know, like they're not, the guys are not.
Yep. Not that I don't. Hey, if a woman want to approach me, I know Tony had that as a topic. Bring it. Yeah, I just, that's not the problem. The problem is it's like a role reversal. Nowadays, the women seem like dudes and the dudes seem like women. I've seen too many pictures of women pumping gas and dudes sitting in the car in the passenger seat watching her pump gas.
Right.
That goes against my wiring and programming. Like, I could hear my dad cussing me out if I was to do something like that.
Exactly. And that, I think that's the narrative that we Tony says women have had to step up, but the problem is that they have lost their way of being a lady to men. Know your role. Well,
women has had to step up. And that's very,
there you go, Tony. Yeah, she said, but even men today have forgotten their role with the strong woman. That is true. I agree with the fact that a real woman, honestly, will intimidate a man. Like, because it's like you can't come with little boy agendas to a real woman. And if that boy ain't ready to let go of little boy mentality, he's not going to want to step to the plate. And that's but the problem is, to be fair, the problem is women, y'all set the bar so low that men don't have to come up to a certain level to get you. So at that point, if you're saying I'm okay with my boy being. I'm okay with my man being on the corner all day. I'm okay with my man not. Hold on, I'll get to that in a second. I'm okay with my man. With my man staying out pumping gas. Pumping gas. Now he got that in my head.
Yeah,
I'm okay with my
that
man selling drugs and not being in school or not. I'm okay buying the PS5 as long as he eating my ass. Like if you got that locked in your mentality. If you got that locked in your mentality, then how in the hell can you expect a man when it's time to be one to be something that you've already trained him that it's okay to be?
Dig that. I got a question for ladies. If your man has to ask you to buy him a PS5, how is he your man and not your child? I am not talking about a birthday present. I'm not talking about you surprising him just because. I'm talking about he dropping hints that he wants a PS5 and he wants you to get it. Just like the way women used to drop hints to men that they wanted a bracelet, a gift or something. And he's dropping hints about a PS5 or some gym shoes. If you have to buy your man some gym shoes, how is he your man?
See, here's the problem, bro. Please be clear with what you're saying, because a lot of times people won't hear you. When we say buying, I'm not saying buying in the sense of gifting. I'm saying you're saying buying in the sense of taking care of. Meaning
the way you would buy your son a gift, he's asking.
Right.
As a matter of fact, if your man and your son is fighting over video games, is he your man or is he just the son you kind of boning?
This is true too. I think that the problem is the narratives have shifted, like we were saying earlier. I think the problem is we have become okay with the fact that, look, it used to be a thing from what I remember hearing. He said, I just asked her to buy mine.
He's throwing shots.
Yeah. But here's the thing. Some men probably aren't taught certain things, or they're just comfortable.
This is true. This is true. Matter of fact, ladies, if you're walking down the street with your man and you're curbside, is something wrong?
I remember crazy joint, man. No joke. I remember me and my wife, we was out and we were walking somewhere. I think we was going to like a flea market or something. And she was on traffic side. And I switched her from me physically, right? An older guy was driving past and said, I see what you're doing. But to a point now, it's like, it's almost like certain things is second nature. Like you just do it.
But those are old man rules. Those are old man, not old man, but those are old man law rules.
Oh man, they lighten the thing up, Tony. I know they messing with you in there, Tony. Got the comments coming in.
Good, put it to work.
Yeah, just take your time, Tony. Get them up when you can, and we'll try to read them when they pop up, because I know you're getting them coming in because I'm seeing them. But it's when
a woman comes to the table, do men stand up for you when they come to the table? When they come to the table, will a man take his hat off when he enters a house? Those are old school rules.
Yeah,
those are old school rules.
Jory says, I was always the type of woman that never asked or begged for anything. I can buy my own bag if I wanted to. Never was a gold digger. I was more into school. I would never before I was married. But see that you got it. When you got married, you definitely your man came into your life and said, I got you. Now he's not saying I'm gonna dominate you. I'm gonna take over your life. He's saying, I'm here, we're gonna be good. That was his job, that was his goal. Man, hey Tony, when you get a chance, yeah, definitely men that don't have men around to teach those things truly don't know. And that's true.
Yeah, we're gonna get into that too. Yep.
Yeah.
What happened to these dudes? Where are these dudes? And has the new dynamic of the woman making more money than the man and the women having a job and a lot of dudes not having a job, has that had an effect on why there's not a lot of men around anymore? And Tony, then the men that are around, how come they not getting married?
Tony, do me a favor and pull up So Suppressed with a comment that he just made. That I need you to, That was a good one. I'm sorry, man. It's so much going
on.
No,
that's what.
Okay, what the cut a point with that, Ray? Because old times were super sexist towards women doing so-called chivalry times.
Let's put that in perspective. Yes, when you're talking about certain times of back in the day, you're talking about certain things that were projected about men. The woman being hysterical, the man going, "All right, calm down." Think about who's projecting that. Yes, white supremacy and white men's minds were projected in a lot of that. But opening a door for a woman, that is just universal respect towards a woman. Not letting a dude just talk bad to a woman or cuss a woman out. That's just universal respect for a woman. Always being courteous, holding the door open, doing some stuff. Not letting a woman carry a bunch of heavy bags up some stairs. That's universal.
Right.
Now, just sitting there saying, no, a woman can't go to work, or a woman can't have a career. Well, you've got to have enough balance and know that you want your woman to be the best person that she can be, like she wants you to be the best person you can be. So right. I can separate the white supremacy or the white chauvinistic viewpoint and separate that from what I know a man to be, because I know what I saw my grandfather to be, and my grandfather never oppressed my grandmother. Never. Right.
Like real men want to elevate or take his woman to the next level. You don't want to. If you fear your woman shine, you're not a man. Exactly. I want my woman to be great. I want her to live her best life and do what she do. That's her. Oh, men don't want to get married. Okay, so look here.
She said men don't want to get married because they're not ready to. A lot of women should not force it because they are not ready in reality. They are not. I totally agree with what she's saying. A lot of times marriage is projected and pushed because the society pushes that a woman is supposed to be married and that's supposed to be your end goal.
Well, shit, if she work out and she's strong, we still can split them bags, bro. I can't let her outshine me. I can't do it. You can't. Okay,
but then again, if your woman can out bench press you, there might be something wrong with you.
Yeah. Well, no.
I mean, my woman can be strong. My woman can be in shape, but
no. If it's a fight, I gotta telling me get behind me. Yeah, now you can't. If we about to throw down, she can't say, "No, I got this. Get behind me." What y'all not finna do? Right. Yeah, that's the problem. But
right,
I want to go back to
that. She wants a strong brother.
Yeah. Here's the thing: just because she's physically strong, don't mean she wants to do strong things. She may, even though she physically can do it, she still want to see you do man activities, which is. Yes, she could go out there and fix that transmission if she wanted to, but she wants you to do it because she don't want to rob you of your masculinity. And I would want to do it because I don't want her to rob me of my masculinity.
And there's nothing sexier about both of y'all getting out there and doing it together, working as a team. If that's what she likes to do, then hey, we can change these breaks. But I shouldn't tell her, baby, is you gonna get to my breaks this weekend? Because I'm starting to slide around.
I'm hearing that squealing noise.
I'm hearing that squealing. If you don't do it now, pretty soon you're gonna have to get me some rotors too. That ain't a good look. That ain't a good look.
I'll take it to the guy this weekend.
Exactly.
All right, but look here. So I want to go back to something Monique had said.
Okay.
About men being scared of marriage, right? Yeah, there it is, Tony. You only a job, baby. Okay, so I want to read something by Helen Smith, right? Helen Smith said something, this reason as to why men are not getting married. She says, why men don't marry? Because there's nothing in it for them. What exactly does marriage offer men today? Men know that there's a good chance they'll lose their friends, their respect, their space, their sex life, their money, and if it goes wrong, their family. Helen also says, and she's the author of this book called Men on Strike, woman, not written by a guy, says they don't want to enter into a legal contract with someone who could effectively take half their savings, pension, and property when the honeymoon period is over. Men aren't wimping out by staying unmarried or being commitment phobes. They're being smart. Unlike women, men lose all power after they say "I do." Their masculinities die too. Now, that's a lot to take in.
And let's. I want to hear from your comments, but let's break something down real quick. Single guy, single woman, they meet, right? The dude is pursuing the woman. They start dating. They start going out. The dude is saying, "Hey, let's go out Friday. Let's do this, that, and the third. Or I'll take you to dinner. I'll do this. I'm wooing you. I'm showing you. I'm showing you my plumage. I'm showing you my power. I'm showing you that I got what it takes to be your man. Blah blah this, blah blah that." But the man got his own house. The woman got her own place, and everything is great. Now they get into a relationship. Now she says, "Let me see your phone." And he like, "Why you? I want to see your phone. I'm your woman now. Now I got that right." Now he got to hand the phone over on command. She gets to go through the phone. Then that's fine because it's not like he's cheating or anything. Everything is just great. Then they say, "Okay, yeah, let's get married or let's get engaged." He proposes, they get engaged, and now she has a ring. Now she says, "Hey, yeah, no, I need you to stay here this weekend. I need you to do this, that, and this." She gets more power. His movements are curtailed a little bit more.
Okay.
Then they get married. Now they live together. She definitely, "Hey, where you going? You can't do this. I want to do this. I want to do that." Again, I'm not saying like she's a nag. I'm just showing that she gets more and more and more and more power. Then she has a baby. The baby, he's handing over the last of his power. Because now, if anything goes awry, like the lady said, money can happen, loss of property, loss of access to your child. Because if we break up, you're not going to hand the baby over and say, "Hey, yeah, she can stay with you." You're going to be like, "Nah, that's my baby." Matter of fact, women love to say that. This is my baby. Not this is our baby. This is my baby. And you can't see my child. And then we're navigating those waters. So yeah, the whole dynamic slowly turns around for men. And that's a real thing for dudes.
Yeah, and that's the problem I'm seeing is that a lot of times women don't understand where a man is coming from with that. Like they just think that, like she said, they're not commitment phobes. Most men, especially men that have a certain level of success where it's not too, I'm not too rich, but I can't afford to go backwards. Those men are they're very methodical in their steps. Like, okay, I gotta see what this is, what that is. They're real cerebral on how they take care of things. So if you got a guy that's like, "Yo, man, I'm living good, I got this and that," and he's telling you, "I know at any given time, if I marry, like if we single, we break up, no harm, no foul, right? If I marry you and you coming in with a suitcase and I got this, if this goes bad, your suitcase is like a winning ticket. If this goes bad and the baby just says that's game over, big joker, call it a night." So the marriage for men is just saying, "Yo, if this goes bad, you're gonna get half my cars, half my crib, half my money, and half of everything that I own." Now, goes back to what we were saying earlier. It goes to something I wanted to say earlier. If y'all build that together, you deserve half. If you start a business together, older men who already have grown children, I don't know what they mean by that. What about older men?
About that, give me a little more context, please.
Yeah, I don't know about that. But if you have, like I was saying, if y'all built this empire together, if it goes sideways, you deserve to have. If you
Matter of
backed
fact,
his dream, go ahead. No, go.
no, I was going to say, no, you're absolutely right. I was going to say, if you notice, neither one of us has used Dr. Dre as an example of any of this. They were married 24 years. 24 years. Yeah, she helped put in on them. She helped put in on them headsets and all of that stuff. That she's absolutely whatever agreement they come up with. I would not say that she's wrong in getting whatever she gets.
Here's the sad part of it. That's not sad, but the sad part of what you're saying. For those who don't understand, you a multi-millionaire athlete. You play baseball, football, whatever you want to, and the Instagram model pops up at your hotel room and gives you, and you get a baby. I don't want to say she gets a baby because you gave it to her when you decided to go.
That's on us. Yes,
that's on you, bro. No problem. But the minute you released all that into her, you gave her her rights. Now,
power.
She says, power, right. She says, you know what? I never really liked you too much. Life is going on. I'm not even going to marry you, but I want half of what you got. At that point, bro, you signed up for it. You asked for this because you said you can't call her a gold digger because you knew at the end of the day, she could have smashed anybody. She chose you. Why did she choose you, bro? Seriously. She caught you leaving Oracle Arena, and she said, hey man, look at these. You said room 312, be there at 9. And she showed up at room 312 at 9. You decided to say, well, let the children fly, and she took advantage of it. At that point, I don't blame the woman. I blame you.
Agreed.
You what Shorty. Go ahead.
Look, ladies, you guys definitely bake the cake. You're the oven, but you can't bake a cake without the batter. We brings the batter. We brings the baby batter. If we do not put it in your oven, cake can't get made. So every time a dude chooses to go in unprotected, every time a dude chooses to go in and not be responsible and throws his seed around like that, you put it on yourself. You put it on yourself.
The worst thing ever in a relationship life is happy wife, happy life. You lose all masculinity, and I know a lot of married men depressed, but just sticking through it because they feel their happiness doesn't matter. Only the woman happiness matters, or it's cheaper to keep her.
That's right.
Yeah.
Look, my dad told me marriages are very easy to get into, very hard to get out of. And that's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah. The thing is, Tony, don't kill him too bad, man. We enjoy the people sending their comments in. Don't kill him, Tony. The thing is, here's the
ladies,
problem.
How many of you guys out there, I want to hear from the ladies real quick. How many of you guys out there were ever in a marriage or a relationship and really had to give up some dough, property, anything? It does happen. I'm not saying it don't happen. I'm just curious at how many of you actually experienced that and how did it make you feel?
That's tough. If it does happen, I agree. I believe that for the most part.
Hell no. Tony said, hell no.
I gotta get that shirt made so I can rock it next week for you. That's the thing, man. Well, they need to say happy spouse, happy house. Let's just go there. Make it easy, because that way it applies both ways. Look, the problem I can see women, well, not women, but when it comes to them having to split it, it's almost like that double standard where if it's okay for a man to do it because you're supposed to be strong. You're supposed to be able to handle this. You're supposed to be able to start to have everything, lose it all, and rebuild it all over again. You're built to do that. You're built to do. No. Yes, men can do it. It's a lot. Men can handle it.
It takes a lot of energy.
Yes, but
it takes a lot of energy to build Asgard. It takes a lot of energy. It don't happen overnight.
That's the problem. A man will take his ass whooping and be like, all right, that shit won't happen again. And if I say that won't happen again, the next time I meet someone, I'm extra cautious when it comes to bringing them around. I'm taking the extra step to make sure that that this is going to work out so that I won't look bad in the end.
Older men and women who are looking for marriage and a good relationship pretty much have passed the having kids stage. Could be, but men, if you don't get a vasectomy, men can produce kids in the 90s. Men can produce kids till they die, and the general dynamic is older men, younger women. So do still can you get one young enough, you still can make a baby, and then you still can pay.
And that's why I want to go to that comment. It's like I hear what she's saying, but it's like I know it was a couple that just was like 51 and they just had twins. So
especially with the technology today. You got 60-year-old women saying, "Yeah, I'm ready to have a baby." I don't know why, but they say that.
Yeah.
They say that. Matter of fact, women, with the roles being reversed so hard today, as dudes are being a little more hesitant about getting closer in certain relationships or moving women in, why are y'all so quick to move a Negro in your house? Like, to me, there's nothing more unappealing than a homosexual. It's horrible. Why would you, if a man can't produce a home on his own, he shouldn't be up under yours.
That's true too. I believe
I can't move in with a woman.
You know what's crazy though? I'm gonna go with you. You know what's a little bit crazy with that? You will have a woman, say guy's out, he's out here hurting hard or whatever. Bro, I'm not going anywhere. I have a daycare center, 7 kids, and I see, hey, if that goes back to that cheap to keep it, bro, lock it down. Don't go nowhere. That's about 800 there in 2 weeks. Deal with it. But and like Jory said, her mom had her at 40. So that's what I was saying about that's a certain thing where, but at least your mom should have been at an age where her mentality had matured, so she knew to pass them skills down on.
No doubt. No one's advocating for the 16. There's a happy medium in there.
Right. Now, here's my thing as well, right? I said that to go back to, you got a dude who's out, ain't really on his square, whatever, doing what he do. The girl will nurture him and everything, and then say and treat him like a king until he's in that house. Once he gets in his house, it's let's strip this masculinity from you. Hey man, didn't I tell you I don't want my blinds turned this way at a certain time? Get your square together. And now he becomes, I gotta have some place to sleep. I like my sleeps and my eats, so I gotta do what I'm told. And now,
he can't keep a job. Or he can't keep a job. He going through job after job after job. You sitting there making the lion's share of the dough, and he's sitting there half the time you come home, he's on the couch. Like, why get into all of that?
First comment I want to read is Jory said, I had my daughter late as well. I was just focused on school in my 20s, which is good, which means you passing down. See, you got it. Your mom passed it down to you, and you're able to pass that same type of womanhood and knowledge down to your daughter. That's awesome.
Right. But Tia said that a lot of women try to build a man that they see from the movies. I'm going to say slash TV. Now, the question is, what show are you watching? Because if you're watching Tyler Perry, that's kind of why you're getting the results you're kind of getting. Like everybody, when you're young, especially, you try to build yourself up as the type of man or woman you want to be. And sometimes you get those examples from television or whatever. And as you mature and you get older, your refinement gets more sophisticated, and you kind of get away from that. But it depends on what you're looking at. My favorite show was not Good Times, but James Evans, as far as a black male on television, that was a good example. As bad as they tried to make it for him, that dude gave off that he was a real fucking man.
Yeah. And that's the problem. I think that part of, and this goes back to something that Sosa Martez had said earlier. I think the idea of strong black man has intimidated not only some women but some other ethnic males, and
Oh
they
no,
decided
for sure. That's a
they
whole
decided to make it
separate.
their
Yes,
agenda. They decided to make it
yes,
their agenda to dial that back or not, because they like, no. Too many of them strong ones will over dominate what we trying to do. So, man, they got the comments flooding in. Okay,
yeah. She said
Tia
women
says,
women bypass why the man that they are seeing have the ways they have. They just want a ring.
that's
This
true.
is true.
Yeah,
But getting married just to get married is never a good idea. Never a good idea.
such as a good woman does. So anyway, but yeah, like we were saying, man, the idea of true strong black man, and I'm going to just say true strong black man right now, that idea has really poisoned the idea, because I believe along with what we're doing and what some people have done has taken the idea of manhood and said, let's strip it all away. Let's make the black man either uneducated, thugs, jailbirds, or they're either going to become feminine. And that way, the more feminine we make them look, by comparison, even if you compare a one-winged, dirty, one-legged hawk to a pigeon, the pigeon looks stronger. So therefore, by comparison, I'm going to look like the more attractive, the more aggressive, the more dominating type male, but I'm going to strip everything away that made that man a man.
Yeah, look, let me break a little code real quick for you ladies. Every interaction when men are interacting, whether it's sports, whether it's on a job, whether it's at a restaurant, there is a secret undertone of masculinity, manhood, and sizing each other up that's going throughout the room or going through the interaction. If a black man is on his square and he goes to work, there's a secret interaction that's going on with the other white men or the other Asian men or other men at the job, where each one is secretly sizing each other up or whatever. And if you got some dude who's the supervisor or the boss, and he's extra rough to some of the other workers, and he goes to talk to you, and you put out that, hey, let's keep it professional, because you could always get smacked in the mouth. There's a lot of that stuff that's going on with men. My grandfather taught me, he said, be courteous. He said, be professional and have a plan to kill everybody in the room. And that's real.
First, Martez Sosa said, but what is manhood, especially for blacks in 2020? Are we saying what? Okay, manhood for us in this day and age has to start with us becoming back the leader of other households. And when I say that, because see, we're at a point that if a man says that, your brain instantly go to, oh, you just trying to take over everything. Nah, being the head of a household does not mean that you cannot be a good person on the other side of it. It does not make you a dictator. It does not make you a ruler of the entire. It means that if shit goes bad in my house, I can take care of what goes bad in my house. It's the same shit that we was talking about when it came down to the mouse being in the house and having to call your dad.
Yeah.
We have to start there, but in the same time, women, you have to let your man be a man. If he's doing
real quick, Breonna Taylor's boyfriend is a man.
I agree. He did man shit. He
did what he was supposed to do. He heard people at the door, and he went out there by himself and stood before the beast.
Yes. Now, as tragic as what happened to Breonna is, the fact that I respect for it after they came to him and said, "Hey, man, if you tell her that she was selling drugs, which I'm not doing that." She was not in on that. Therefore, I'm not going to put her in that. That's more man law. That's what I mean. You take your L's like a man. You do what you got to do as a man. So if we're saying what makes a man in 2020, there's a slight example of what can be making a man in 2020. Black people have let society dictate their marital and premarital values.
That's what society does. If whether it's America or Wakanda, a society is going to dictate those things. So it just depends on what do you choose to let America dictate to you. America can't tell me how to be a man. I know how to be a man. America can't tell me not to protect my woman. I don't care how un-PC it is. I will protect my woman. I will not let my woman fight in the street. I won't. I will defuse it or put an end to it flat out.
Right. I don't.
America can't dictate that to me. America can't tell me put this pink tux dress on. It's okay. No, it's not okay. I'm not going for it. I'm not going for it.
The thing is,
America can't tell me that. Oh my God! You know what? If you want to give another guy a blowjob, it's cool because I sold 1 million records and women love me. America can't dictate to me. Can't dictate that to me.
Yep.
It ain't never gonna be cool.
I have a problem with. We've become accustomed to we keep sliding the level back. We keep sliding the rules of what manhood is backwards. We're not pushing the narrative. Like if we saying it started off with, like you said, bro, and we all got it. It started off dudes didn't have no earrings. Then it was just the left side. Then it went to both ears. And that's on a very smaller scale. But we went from dudes don't wear dresses hey man, you tell your son, get the hell out them high heel pumps, to hey man, it's cool, it's funny because he's doing it, to we got D Wade's son. Now I'm not saying nothing about it, but I'm just saying we keep pushing, like we're accepting the fact that a boy, not a man, not a teenager, we're accepting the fact that a boy can say, I'm not gonna dad, my little Jimmy don't do what it's supposed to do. I feel like cutting it off and becoming your daughter. And at the point, I'm sorry, this is just me. If D Wade didn't pull his little boyos to the side, boy, if you don't get that dumb shit out of here, no. When you 17, 18, and you want to say that, have at thee, bro.
Right. No, you're right. Exactly. If you want to come up and make that argument as you're coming up through life, I understand that. But when you're a little boy, if I come home from work and you got a tutu on running around and my wife is sitting there talking about boys can be princesses too, we've got a problem. We've got a problem.
You cannot start boys out, because if we're saying what's going to continue the trend of true males and masculinity and manhood, then you have to let your husband, man, boyfriend, whatever, father of your child, even if y'all not together, you have to say, I've done what I can. I got to see you with your dad, because there's certain things that I can't show you. And it's not nothing against the woman. It's not. But it's certain laws it's certain instincts that you cannot instill inside that young man. It's not saying you can always show him how you treat a woman. You can do that. But it's certain things as to you cannot take, Giorgio, what up, bro? You cannot take the fact of this little boy is wearing dresses, and if you see that, you need to come to the crib and say, hey, you know what? I'm calling your dad. He needs to talk to you. Now, dad don't gotta come in guns blazing, head on fire.
Right.
But
You don't come in with the backhand talking about we don't do this slap. We're not talking about being a man doesn't mean you have to be ultra violent. That's not what we're saying. But a man is supposed to mentor. A man is supposed to teach, and a man is supposed to set an example.
Exactly. And that's the part I think a lot of times that people get confused. I think they have a problem with understanding what two should actually be. It's not like, I think they equate manhood with violence. They equate
Exactly.
manhood with dominance.
Or overreacting. Look, when I was a kid, I had toys. My sister is 5 years younger than me. She had toys. My dad would not come home from work and absolutely spaz and freak out if he saw me in the floor and I've got this Barbie doll in my hand and I'm playing with it, and he ain't gonna be, what the hell are you doing? He gonna know I got this $6 million man, and who the hell is he gonna save if I don't have her? Because he ain't saving G.I. Joe. So you're supposed to have enough wisdom and know your children to be able to look and decipher and determine what's going on.
Exactly. Just typing to the producer here.
I know, and I'm sure a lot of y'all is wondering who the hell is the $6 million man.
Right, but that's the problem I'm having, bro. And it's like, I want to ask the ladies too, man, because this is very. I think we getting I think we have an understanding. I think that what makes it so hard for women to accept a real man? What makes it? Because I do, and I'm not saying
what do you want out of a real man? What do you consider a real man? What do you want out of a man?
That's a good question. Like, to the ones that do accept that, I'm not talking about y'all per se, but oh well, there we go. They want the man to be the old school man, leader man of the household, financially lead, etc. But the women aren't being the old school woman, nurturing, supportive, homely, etc. Ooh, you gonna start something with that too.
Yeah, you are.
You gonna ruffle some feathers, baby.
Yeah, you're gonna. She ain't talking wrong.
That's the thing. But I think a lot of times, see, here's the problem. I think a lot of times women think that, air quotes here, women think that being that submissive woman takes away from them. They think it takes away their power. And they feel like, but then again, that could be an upbringing thing, because if you were raised by an independent woman or independent woman who was raised by an independent woman, those skills and traits are going to trickle down to you. So when you do come across a real man, he's going to be like, whoa, why are you so strong? Like, you ain't got to do all that. But her defense mechanisms are. She just
and there's nothing wrong with being a strong, independent woman. Look, I understand how the world is today, and I've got no problems dating a strong, independent woman. If you are the captain of your ship, I can respect that. A captain can respect the captain. I can come onto your ship and abide by your rules when I come to visit you at your house. And then if I feel that you're going too far, I'm going back to my ship. Simple as that. You're looking at something.
No. I'm thinking of something else that just happened. The issue is that even when you got a woman who has her own ship, like you was just saying, it's almost like even when you get that, the woman will want you to come to their ship because they feel like if they leave theirs, they're losing power too, and that's a problem. They don't, and a guy feels the same way. If I leave mine and come to yours, I'm losing power, and that's the thing. Like, but
I don't have a woman can tell me to get out. Hey, it's time for you to go. You can go home now. I'll be like, understood. See you later, because I have a home to go to. But I should not be coming to your house and looking at how much closet space you got so I can figure out where my stuff is gonna go.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. I just think that women have this thing of, like she said, but that goes back to the nurturing thing that Tia was talking about. Like, they're nurturers by nature, so they always looking to hold something down, or maybe I'm wrong, ladies. Yes. I don't know. I'm not.
Yes. Huh? Hey, dudes take L's. Nobody goes through this world undefeated. If your man take a defeat, you want that woman to come and nurture you and get you back to full strength and get you back to health. You want that.
Yeah, absolutely. But see, now it's a problem. I think women, to me, I think they have a problem finding the balance of being the strong when needed and to dial it back when needed. I believe that's an issue. I don't know. Again, I can't speak for a woman.
In today's world, I bet that's hard, though. I can
and you're right. It is
very hard.
I can understand that.
That being very hard.
because society has pushed the narrative of taking the man totally out the equation, where it's the man isn't needed at all. So therefore, it's almost like they're saying, why do I have to dial it back? You're not even needed.
And you was talking about that question about the society from earlier. Your society said, hey, we'll help you get on your feet. We'll give you some food stamps. We'll give you this nice apartment to live in. All you got to do is get rid of your man. That was the society.
But what do you say to the woman that hears that and don't believe it? What if you, because you got men, but see, the problem is men will take that and run with it like I remember back when I was younger, and oh boy, I'm a strong woman. I was raised by a strong, independent woman, so early dating I was defensive. I had to learn that I cannot expect a man to be a man if I'm not being the man. Being submissive doesn't make you less of a woman. I agree with that. Like it's nothing. Look, guys submit all the time, whether women don't see it, whether they see it or not. Guys submit all of the time. It's just us submitting does not look like submitting, but on the inside, we feel them L's. But I believe that some women they don't know the beauty in behind being a woman. There is beauty behind that, because whether you believe it or not,
I think a lot of women know that.
But then, here's the thing, and I'm asking the women that are out there who understand it, why is it so tough to want to do it? Because we don't have a choice. Like, we can say it's hard being a man or whatever, but you don't have a choice. Women have a choice to be submissive, or so quote unquote, because I want to say quote unquote, because the word submissive sounds it kind of sounds degrading. I don't mean it that way, but some women have a problem with that, and they have a choice though. But I believe it's maybe I always hear the narrative, I would submit if a real man comes in, and I've seen it happen. I've seen it not happen. But like I said, for the most part, the man does not have the choice. If he's not a man, he don't get no action. Meaning, as far as like the respect of being a man.
Okay. Ladies.
But either way it goes, the woman's gonna get respect.
Yeah, because I mean, a man learns how to take a real man learns how to take defeat all the time. Like I say, nobody goes undefeated forever, and I'm not even talking about violence. I'm just talking about getting up on your square, getting turned down for certain things, not getting that promotion, having to sit there and take a lesser job because you got to hold stuff down. Right. Excuse me. But yeah, women. I mean, men learn how to take care of that stuff all the time. Social said about mentally winning an argument. Yeah, I mean, arguing with a woman is a no-win scenario a lot of times, and the man learns how to. Okay, yeah, you got it, no problem. Sometimes you got to know when to keep the peace. You got to know when to draw that line, but you got to know when to keep the peace.
Yeah, that's that whole. If you can either be happy or you can be right. Pick your
right.
So I believe that. But the thing is, like, I think that and Tony said the word is only meant to remind us to be women and allow the man to take his role. I think that that's true, and I think that
but it's such a loaded word these days. I get it. It's submission is a loaded word because we are in such a sexually skewed society that submission takes on that whole different ideology of handcuffs and gags and letting a dude do whatever and running over you, and that's not what submission to a man is, because a man has to also draw a balance and be working with a woman and be submissive to a woman in a lot of terms. A man isn't right in everything. A man has knowledge, but a woman has wisdom. They have to balance that stuff out. A man with no wisdom don't know how to applicate his knowledge. So again, a lot of times your woman will say, "Hey, baby, don't do that," or "Don't go out tonight. Don't go. I got a bad feeling. Don't go out with your niggas tonight." And a lot of times you ignore them, and bad stuff happens.
The greatest example of that to me always came, and I took this in right while it was happening. Remember the Avengers. Remember how Black Widow was able to calm the Hulk down. Nobody else could do it, but she could.
Yes.
That
Sun's
to me
getting mighty low.
Yeah, that to me said more than anything. It's like, hey man, that's the world eater right there,
and that's femininity, and that's right. The power of her femininity. Because the Hulk is nothing but mass testosterone and rage, and she calmed it down. And they drew the point even further because when Thor tried to do it, he called hands.
That's what I'm saying.
He called hands because that don't work from a dude.
And there is nothing, and this is what, like, people are, look, it's a movie, but it's life. There is nothing soft about Black Widow. Nothing. But she was still a woman when it came to, hey, nope, because you're going to go nuts. Come here. And to a point, men need that and they want it. Men want that. They want you to be able to dial them back because to me, it's nothing sexier for real than to know my woman say, she knows what I'm capable of. And she like, nah, come on. We're not doing that.
Yeah.
But she also knows, all right, chains off, let them go. So it's nothing sexier than to know that she knows what she got and she's able to control it.
It's power. Femininity has such an incredible power to it. Look, let's get something straight. There's never been a war fought over a man. There's never, on the face of the earth in the history of mankind, there's never been a war fought over a man. Men fragile egos, yes, but not over a man.
Right. Wars have been started over women and sex. I'll say the sex word. But do you? Let me ask you this real quick before we got a few more minutes left while they're doing this. And thank everybody for tuning in, man. We really appreciate that. And thank you for Tony for allowing us to go over our time. We appreciate that as well. Do you think the way women carry themselves, some women carry themselves, has something to do with why men saying, I'm not going to step up a bar? Why should I when you're going to?
Because if you don't allow a man to be a man, if you do everything for a man, if you pay the bills, if you are sitting there buying the PS5 and you like, no, here's your favorite game, go play Halo. And if you treat a man like a child, he will be a child. People are still people. People are like water. People are going to take the path of least resistance, especially if they don't know who they are. So yes, if you treat your man like your child, he's going to be your child. And if you like to have a man that's like a child and you can tell him to go upstairs or you got to tell him to go wash his butt, and if that's what makes you happy, then that's terrific. But if you're not happy and you're sitting there talking about I want a real man and this is how you're treating men, you're not going to attract a real man. Period.
Well,
if you constantly talking to your man tomorrow, baby, go upstairs. Baby, did you take the garbage out? Baby, don't be late for work. If you're constantly doing that, you're screwing your child.
No, I can't come behind that. Hey, they all laughing at you. You got to tell him to wash his ass. You're a real piece of work for that one, bro. Yeah, but no, I totally agree with what you're saying, man. It's I believe but the thing is, I think it's all going to come to a head. And when it does, I believe we're going to be able to find a medium. And because I do, honestly, I like the way the world is shifting. I just don't like, the only thing I don't like about it is some women are allowing the definition of masculinity to change. I think that, like I said, Well, like you had said, if a woman is cool with what Billy Porter wearing, and if they going out, and they man said, "Hold on, babe, I'm finna put on my Billy Porter outfit," and y'all step out, are you cool with your man walking on your arm with the Billy Porter outfit on?
There you
That's all
go.
I'm saying.
There you go. I like I say, I don't like I kind of get it, but I don't understand it. How about that? Because the dude, hey man, do you be successful with people like you? I will not begrudge the dude no type of success. More power to you. I just don't understand how you want to hold that up and hold it up in front of your damn children, in front of your sons, and say, "Oh my God, isn't that lovely? Isn't that beautiful? Can't fly with me." Like, yeah, I don't know why the hell he dressing like that. And I'm looking at my son say, "Don't do that, boy. Men don't dress like that."
Exactly. I
like, you want to do that, Billy Porter? No knock on you, bro. Do you if you're happy in your skin? Be happy. But I know that black manhood is under attack. I know that the type of man that I am is not wanted in America. I know that the reason that the cops shoot all y'all is because they're scared of me.
Mm-hmm.
So and sisters need us. You might not think you do, but you do.
And we need y'all too. So don't get it twisted.
Yes.
We need y'all. It's like when he said that, it ain't saying that, y'all need us. We need each other. Like I said, Black Widow calmed Hawk. Men can't just be out here loose and with all the aggression and passion and anger that we have. We can't do that, man. So we need y'all just as much as y'all need us, man. And we're gonna make sure we get this thing together. The masculinity, all we need is y'all help, and trust me, y'all will make the man step up. Don't even worry about it.
Raise the bar and demand that your man step up. And if he don't step up, fire him. Simple as that. Send him on his way. Put the homosexual out. Quit taking homosexuals in. Period. Demand that a man has his own. But that's how we gonna leave it. That's how we're going to wrap this thing up. We want to thank everybody who tuned in tonight to join us. I love your comments. Thank everybody. And we promise you next week, we are going to take it down a couple of notches because we're going to give y'all something special. We call it The Terrible Truth. And it's the best newscast you're ever going to hear. So we're going to end up our little time with you guys with having a whole lot of fun and a whole lot of laughs.
And thanks to everybody, like you said, Jory, Eric, Kim, Lydia. If I forget anybody, man, I'm sorry. Tia.
I can't forget you, Tia.
Someone say, you said to everybody, man, who came in. We appreciate you, Tia. I will get that shirt in so I can rock it for next week's show, definitely. And that's a food for wear, all for one for all. Definitely, y'all got to get into that. If you have not had a chance to experience The Terrible Truth, trust me, man, next week y'all in for something special, man. We appreciate y'all. Monique, too, Grant, man, love y'all.
Please come back, man. And we really thank you guys for making us feel at home for Man to Man TV. Again, thanks Richard and Chris for letting us sit in and hang out with you guys. We're really having a good time, and we hope to wrap everything up with everybody having a nice couple of laughs.
Yes, sir. So, outside of that, bro, you got something you want to say to the people?
Yeah, as usual, if you're not listening to the Truf Brothers.
Whoa. Well, we got a guest.
No, because I want to be able to, you know what? Because before we started, I said, okay, you guys can wrap it up because I don't have my makeup on. I'm looking like shit tonight, trying to get over being sick. But and when I asked you guys to wrap it up, I'm like, oh shit. I forgot to tell them, to mention the website and this and this and this. So, okay, I'm here.
Yeah, so straighten us out.
Are you guys
we
done?
hope we get next week. We might be getting fired after this.
Yeah. We might have pissed a lot of your listeners.
No, I don't think so. But we'll talk.
Okay.
Look at that look Devon has. We'll talk. Thank you, guys. Great show, as always. I enjoyed it. I'm really hoping that the ladies took it in, the guys took it in. A lot of valuable information. Okay, the dialogue was great, so I enjoyed it. But I do want to remind everybody that you can catch Man to Man TV right here on Facebook every Thursday night, beginning at 7 o'clock p.m. I forget, Pacific, 9 Central, and 10 o'clock on the East Coast. Make sure that you head on over to our website at hottopicstalkradio.com. There you can find out information about the shows, some of the hosts, and we've got some great resources there for you to handle whatever it is that you're looking to get some advice or information on. So head on over to the website at hottopicstalkradio.com. True brothers, love you guys. You guys coming back next week with a good show.
Yeah.
Man, we'll see what happens.
Yeah,
I don't know, man.
You know what the terrible truth is.
Oh boy. Let me check my FCC.
Yeah.
My bylaws.
Make sure you're getting it together,
All
Tony.
right. Thank you. I love you. Oh, yeah. I love you guys. Have a great weekend, everybody. And thanks again for tuning in to Man TV every Tuesday night here on Facebook Live. We'll see you then. Bye-bye.
All right. Live long and prosper, people.
2 fingers.